Welcome to Emil's Knowledge Nuggets, where we're going to talk about strategies, tips, techniques to help parents be more effective in their parenting strategies with teenagers who have mental health issues, behavioral health issues that are real challenges. And today's topic is, how do we become more zen in our parenting? How do we keep the calm in the relational chaos of parenting teenagers? Whether you're teenagers at a residential treatment center or they're in your house, how do we maintain our cool, calm composure when things get a little crazy at the house? I've got 3 strategies. I think the first thing to think about before we dive into these 3 strategies is, it's not going to be like a peaceful monastery at your home. That isn't going to work. But we can be calm. We can have a sense of peace more than we currently have if we follow a few different strategies. And when we're at peace, when we're composed, when we're put together, when we interact with our teenagers, we're going to be so much more effective. And the quality of our lives are going to be so much more improved. So I'm going to walk you through these 3 ideas on how to be more calm in the chaos of parenting teenagers. Number 1, be prepared for what you can predict. If you're in a situation where you start to feel the anxiety, the fear, the eggshell walking, it means that you've been there before. This is not anything new. This is not new territory for you. And so if you start to have those feelings, that means that this is something that you can predict. And if you can predict it, then you can prepare for it. So write down the things that you feel like unprepared for and you just don't want to have happen, because you know that if those things happen, you don't handle them very well. So instead of hoping things don't happen as a strategy to prevent things from happening, let's prepare for what's going to happen and then be ready for it when it happens. So that way we don't get frustrated or feel anxious. We have peace. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, remember that the process of communication, how you interact with your teenager, is way more important than actually what you say. So how you interact is what's important. You'll always be able to get what you need to say out in a way that's much more compelling, convincing, persuasive, more penetrating if we deal with how we're interacting. So follow the process. Now, there's a few different processes that we use. When we're in a situation where we need to bring up an issue, we're going to follow the 4 steps of complaining. When we're in a situation where the other person, the teenager, is frustrated, disappointed, miffed, bugged at us, then we follow fencing conflict, or I sometimes just call it the process. If they're saying something that's passive aggressive, then we translate that. So how we respond to them is what's important than what we actually say. So that's number 2, is the process of communication. Okay, that we're engaged in the process of communication is way more important than what we say when we're communicating. Number 3, and this is kind of an oxymoron, okay? I mean, number 3 is that our impact as a parent is overstated, okay? We have to remember that our role is very limited. And the reason why I think that we don't take this, the reason why we struggle with this one is because there's so much pressure on parents to do exactly what needs to happen. We need to be hyper vigilant in guiding every choice that our teenagers make, because every choice is going to either help them get closer to success or further away from success. And so we watch every choice that they make going, oh, I got to do what I can to keep them on the straight and narrow path of success. Well, our role is very limited. Our desire for their success and comfort pales into comparison to their desire for success and comfort. Problem is there's a discrepancy with the timing. We want to reduce the likelihood of their frustrations, so we try to give them all this information to prevent them from making the stupid decisions that we made when we were teenagers, thinking that they're going to be grateful for our great wisdom. Chances are your teenagers want to learn it the hard way, just like you. So we can just relax and go, you know what? They will figure it out. They will find within themselves the motivation to start making different decisions. So we don't have to worry and you be so stressed out about their decisions. So those are the three things. Number one, prepare for what you can predict. If you're prepared, you won't be so anxious. We can have more peace. Number two, focus on the process. When you're having the communication, just focus on the process. Let's not get too uptight about what the outcome in the moment's going to be. Just follow the process, because if you follow the process and we dial down our give a shitometer, okay, we just don't care until they are kind and humble and accountable, because we don't have any power anyway. We have very limited influence, which brings me to the third thing is we truly don't have much influence. Our role is to have a sense of connection and a relationship with them and trust that their discomfort will motivate them way more than our great wisdom. And that's today's Knowledge Nugget, finding Zen and peace in chaos raising a teenager.